The real Gaur Gopal Das, Das ji. Right. For me, I've always identified with one thing in my life. And that one thing that I've identified with is being a servant.
Servant,
A servant, a Das.
Right.
That's what my name says, Gaur Gopal Das. To serve. To serve, to try and help, to add value, to try and see if I can make a tiny little difference in the lives of people. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is how do we touch a life? Achievements, accolades, popularity, fame, numbers will all be forgotten.
Right.
What will be remembered at the end of the day is how we deeply touched a heart. Now, Sanskrit is an amazing language because in Sanskrit, strong words can seem very soft.
Okay.
Like if you want to call someone a donkey, in Sanskrit you would say Vaishakhanandan.
Not Gadha.
Not Gadha. मतलब आप किसी को बोलिएगा हे वैशाखनंदन, उसको लगेगा कि आप उस पर कविता की रचना कर रहे हैं. Now please don't try it on anybody who's present here. They've heard it, but you could definitely try it on somebody when you go out. Try it this evening. They're going to feel flattered when you say hey Vaishakhanandan. Now if you were to use a term in Sanskrit for a cigarette, what would you say? You would say Shweta Patra Mandita Dhumra Shalaka. If you were to say an ice cream, what would you say? How do you call an ice cream? You would say Dugdha Sharkara Yukta Hima Ghanagola Gattu. If you were to order a mango ice cream, you would say Amra Dugdha Sharkara Yukta Hima Ghanagola Gattu Anayaha. The ice cream would melt by the time you would order it. Such a huge term to use, ice cream. But I often
Reaching to the Sanskrit version of who you are.
Yes, I'm telling you about it. You know, when you're talking about an ice cream, the philosophy behind the ice cream is enjoy your life before it melts. Right? And life will melt away, guys. Life will melt away, isn't it? हर घड़ी बदल रही है रूप जिंदगी, छाव है कहीं कहीं है धूप जिंदगी, हर पल यहाँ जी भर जियो जो है समा.
Kal ho na ho.
Enjoy your life before it melts, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then you have another contrasting the ice cream, you have a candle. And the philosophy behind the candle is give light to others before it melts. An ice cream melts and a candle melts. And ice cream is about enjoy your life and candle is about enlighten others' lives. Now I can't be a candle completely selfless.
Right.
And nor should I be an ice cream completely selfish.
Okay.
I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to be selfless. I want to be selfishly selfless, where I care for myself in a way that I can serve others. So the Gaur Gopal Das ji in real is an ice cream who likes to care for himself so that one day he can try and be a candle to serve and bring light to others.
Wow.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I would say actually you are already a candle.
Oh, I'm trying my bit, ma'am.
Honestly, thank you. But I have been actually trying, it's an answer to something I've been looking for. So you've been an electrical engineer, you've been in the corporate world with Hewlett-Packard. What made you embrace monkhood? I mean, what was that trigger? What was the catalyst? Because even if you were on your own paths, there have been gurus, spiritual leaders who have been householders. But you decided to embrace celibacy and monkhood. Is it too personal or can you share the journey with us?
A question that I get asked everywhere I go, not personal at all, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
A question I get everywhere. क्या हुआ? नौकरी नहीं मिली कि छोकरी नहीं मिली?
Something like that, yes.
Something like that. People think you turned to monkhood because dal nahi gali. You were frustrated, you were disappointed, you had nothing in life left, so you embraced monkhood. Here's what I say usually. How many of you work a job? Brilliant. How many of you are students? Oh wow. How many of you are looking forward to a brilliant, promising career in the future? Oh, brilliant. How many of you are absolutely 200% aware that there's going to be immense pressures when you start working a job? Brilliant. Brilliant. You can imagine. There was a poultry farm, ma'am. And the poultry farm owner came to the poultry farm and said to all the hen, मैं तुमको रोज दाना डालता हूं इतना, तुम दिन का 2-2 ही अंडा डालती हो? मतलब कोई प्रपोर्शन है? अगले मंडे से 10-10 अंडे चाहिए. Welcome to the corporate world. That's called performance pressure. That's called performance pressure. You want hikes, you want higher ratings, anda dalo. So this next Monday, all the hen were laying 10 eggs. Because they met together. One hen said to the other hen, I've sent my check recently to Yale, loans to pay. The other hen said, I just purchased an apartment in Malabar Hill in Mumbai. Mortgages and loans.
Right.
No choice, 10 andas because we need the grains. Except for one, poor fellow was laying only 1 egg. So the poultry farm owner yelled and shouted and said, look at your colleagues. They're laying 10 eggs and you're laying only 1. ये बोला, खुदा का शुक्र करो, मैं एक डाल रहा हूं वरना मुर्गा हूं मैं. I'll tell you what. Under performance pressure, roosters have to lay eggs.
Okay.
And roosters have to lay egg as in they have to do what they are not cut for.
Right.
I travel the world and counsel corporate professionals. And the one thing I hear all the time is, we are being paid very well, but we don't feel fulfilled in what we do.
Right.
Is a job just meant to pay, or is a job also meant to fulfill? You're going to spend the majority of your time at work. In the morning, a couple of hours at home, in the evening, a couple of hours at home, and the rest of the day at work. If the majority of your time is going to be going at work, should you just be doing that's giving you something that's going to pay you well, or also something that's going to fulfill you?
Absolutely.
So when I was working a job at Hewlett Packard, the one question I asked myself is, do I see myself doing this for the rest of my life?
Right.
I'm great at it, absolutely phenomenal at it, I'm like absolutely smashing it, but do I see myself doing this for the rest of my life? And the answer was a loud, clear no.
Right.
I cannot, because this doesn't fulfill me. So the question was, what fulfills me? I didn't want to work with machines and systems. I preferred working with people.
Right.
So obviously the choices were study psychiatry, study psychology, study behavioral economics,
Right.
organizational behavior, all to do with people.
Yeah.
And then I also found I had a spiritual calling. So I decided, could I find answers to the human condition in spirituality?
Right.
Which is when that twist came to my life that I said, okay, let me explore answers to life in spirituality where I combine my passion and my calling together. I did take an uncalculated risk.
Yeah, it's like jumping off the deep end.
Jumping
Absolutely.
off the fence.
Yeah, yeah.
Took an uncalculated risk, and youngsters who are listening to me here, please do not take uncalculated risks because you have real life family needs out there.
Yeah.
I was insane. I did it. But sometimes when you're mad, आप में से कितने लोगों को प्यार हुआ है कभी?
सबको हुआ है.
सबको हुआ है. कितने लोगों का हार्ट ब्रेक हुआ है? तो हाथ उठा.
सबका हुआ है.
क्या बात है? क्या बात है? Oh my God. इश्क सच्चा वही जिसको मिलती नहीं मंजिले.
And you follow Bollywood. Wow.
So when you're absolutely, insanely, madly in love with something, you don't look at the risks. Do
This
you?
is like Mirabai talking, huh? In a way.
You don't
yes.
look at the risks. That's why love is blind. Marriage is the eye opener. Suddenly all the risks that you took, you didn't see anything. You didn't see compatibility, you didn't see natures, you didn't see anything. You jumped into it. Andha ishq. And then suddenly reality dawns when you start sharing personal space with each other.
And bathrooms.
And you start seeing the littlest things in each other. ये थोड़े जल्दी में हो गया लगता है. Because it was mad love. I took that uncalculated risk. Thankfully, when I landed up there, my risk worked in my favor.
Right, okay.
The eye opener was fantastic. If it wasn't, I still wouldn't have regretted. Because
How
I
old
was
were you then?
21.
Wow, okay.
Because I was still true to my calling then.
Right.
है ना? इसीलिए मैं कई बार कहता हूँ दोस्तों, मंजिल मिलेगी, भटक कर ही सही, मंजिल मिलेगी भटक कर ही सही, गुमराह तो वो है जो घर से निकले ही नहीं। हाँ, घर से निकलिए, अपने